Hello everyone, welcome to all my YouTube channel. Myself, Dr. Anil Kolpe, Assistant Professor of Economics, Arihant College of Arts, Commerce and Science, Baudan Budruk, Pune. Today, we are going to discuss about the measurement of national income and its methods and difficulties. First, the introduction of national income. The national income of a country starts with a simple model which is known as a circular flow model of national income, and it is so called because the production is a continuous process. So is the flow of factor services from households to business firms and flow of income from firms to thousands in exchange. So you know the number of various types of the national income concepts are we will discuss last lecture, and the concept of national income is the fundamental concept for the macroeconomic analysis, and national income is the reflection of the material performance of an economic system. National income, output and employment are very much interested concepts, and the national income has been defined in a number of ways, and it is the sometimes regarded as the some total of value of goods and services produced in economy, and it also includes the payments made to the factors of production annually in the form of wages, profit, interest and rents. But the there are mainly the methods for the measurement of national income in a country. The employment of a particular method will depend on the availability of data and the particular purpose for which the national income calculation is required. These are the four methods of measuring, mainly four methods of measuring national income can be discussed briefly one by one. First method is that the income method. In this method, all the incomes occurring to the factors of production of a particular country are added together, and this gives the national income classified by distributive shares, and under this method it is assumed that the income received by the factors of production will be equal to the value of goods and services produced during the course of a particular year. It means within the 1 year. Then, however, it should be noted that the transfer payments are not included in the income, and the total income achieved in this way is also called factor payments total. In order to calculate the factor payments total, only the net income of an individual and enterprises is taken into account. Then goods and services for which no money payment is made must not be included. and the payments due to the employer's own factors must be counted on the basis of market prices. This is the measuring of national income with the help of income method. Then another second method is that the product method. This is the direct method of computing national income, and under this method the net value of all commodities and services produced in the country during a year are added up. The total obtained in this way is called final products total. In the calculation of final products, the total intermediate goods must be excluded. Only the final goods are taken in the account, and in order to apply the product method, the production statistics of the country will have to be used. The contribution made by different units of the production are to be evaluated in terms of the market prices. The addition of net income from abroad is also taken into account to find out the net national products. And with the help of this particular product method, it can measure it can measurement of the national income. Then another third method is that important method is that the expenditure method. Under this method, the expenditure incurred by the people of a country in a particular year are added together, and then the expenditures will include the expenditures by the persons, by firms, and by the public authorities. The expenditure will include personal consumption expenditure, domestic investment expenditure, government expenditure, and net foreign investment. But it must be noted that it is the final expenditure only which must be counted, and not the intermediate expenditure counted. And this particular method are used for the measurement of national income. And last, the fourth method is that the value added method. Value added method of measuring national income avoids the problem of double counting. Value added is nothing but the difference between the value of material output produced and the value of inputs used. Value added can be calculated by every industry and firm, and if all the values are added, we get the NNP through the value added method. And this method can show the contribution of each productive sector separately. Then next, some difficulties of the measuring and measurement of the national income in a country. In less developed or developing countries like that India, national income accountants face some special difficulties, some special issues, and these difficulties are as we will discuss one by one. First difficulty is that the non-monetary transaction. It means a major portion of the output produced in most developing countries is for self-consumption. Such output does not come to the market. For example, agriculture in India is largely subsistence occupation. Farmers produce food mainly for the consumption by their family members. But subsistence farmers do not sell their output in the market, and so it is difficult for the national income accountants to estimate the value of output of the subsistence farmers. Then next difficulty is that the lack of reliable information. Most of the producers in developing countries are belongs to illiterate. They have no clear idea for the volume and value of their output. They do not keep accounts of their output on a regular basis. For this reason, it is very difficult to get reliable information of output produced by the millions of the small farmers. This is not only for the agriculture but also of the small scale and cottage industries, then petty trade and the personal services. In such countries, output of the unorganized sector constitutes a major portion of the total output of goods and services. This is the major difficulties of measuring the national income in the less developed countries. Then third, lack of clear-cut classification of economic activities. There is no clear-cut classification of activities in developing countries because some person remains engaged in two or more activities during the same accounting year. For example, maybe remain engaged in farm activities of his own agriculture. During off season, he may engage in construction or manufacturing activities in urban area. Due to such overlapping activities, it is difficult to estimate national income in developing countries. Then fourth difficulty is that the output of unorganized sector. In developing countries, the production units in agriculture, small scale and cottage industries, and the indigenous banking remain scattered all over the country, and all these activities fall under the unorganized sector. And it is not easy to calculate the exact value of output produced by the self-employed persons such as subsistence farmers and owners of the small or very small enterprises. The risk is not only extremely difficult but also virtually difficult, impossible to the accomplish. The next problem is that the lack of separate consumption data. The separate data on the consumption expenditure are not available in developing countries like India because such data are not collected. And this is why the expenditure method of measuring national income cannot be applied in such countries. And last, underground economy. Certain legal transactions are deliberately concealed, and these are not officially disclosed in order to evade taxes. And such transactions are said to occur in an underground economy. Thank you. Thanks for watching my video.